Well. What do we have here, y'all? What do we have here? So it turns out Tesla just laid off a bunch of U.S. workers. I believe the exact number is about 2,800 of them. This is their mega factory in Texas. And Elon is replacing these U.S. workers who he just laid off with immigrants on H1B visas. Would you look at that? It turns out that the ruthless, exploitative billionaire is doing some ruthless exploitation. That all of his critics were right all along. That this position that he took on the H1B visas, it's all about gimme more profit. Now, he could have kept those Americans on. He could have paid them a decent wage. He could have made sure they could feed their families. But no, he wants to squeeze every single penny out and pad the bottom line, right? All right, so here we go. Let's dive into it. Tesla has replaced some of its U.S. employees who were let go as part of a big wave of layoffs earlier this year with foreign workers using H1B visas, which CEO Elon Musk is now campaigning to increase. Over the last week, Elon Musk has been promoting the increase of H1B visas, which are used to bring foreign workers into the U.S. for specialty occupations. Qualified foreign workers need to be sponsored by a company to get the visa, which lasts 3 years, extendable to 6 years, after which the holder needs to reapply. The visa holder must maintain employment at the visa sponsor to retain the work visa. The worker would have to leave the country if the employment ends for whatever reason. So now let's pause here because this is the main point. Believe it or not, actually, Ann Coulter said this, and it was true. She said the reason why people like Elon Musk want more immigrants in on H-1B visas is because effectively they want indentured servants who are completely and utterly relying on the company for their well-being, for their livelihood. You can make them work longer hours for less pay compared to American workers, so you can exploit them more, and that's why Elon wants these people here. That's why he laid off the American workers. So it is flat out ruthless exploitation and the worst elements of capitalism showing here. He could have kept the Americans on. He could have had them work normal hours at reasonable pay. No, he wants indentured servants to work longer hours for less pay and be completely and utterly reliant on the company. They continue here. This has led to some criticism as it gives tremendous power to the employer and can lead to a modern version of indentured servitude. There you go. While there are obvious benefits to bringing skilled workers into the U.S., people are divided on the issue because those workers are often paid less than U.S. workers, putting negative pressure on compensation, especially in the tech industry, on top of the moral questions about holding visas over the heads of foreign workers. That's why the U.S. Congress has mandated a 65,000 visa cap, limiting the number of H-1B visas that can be issued each fiscal year, plus an extra 20,000 for foreign people coming out of graduate programs at U.S. universities. Tesla has been a big user of those visas, and its CEO, Elon Musk, has been using his newfound political influence to promote increasing the cap of H-1B visas. By the way, remember when Elon Musk killed that continuing resolution a week or two ago? And it was this huge deal. It was like months and months of negotiations between Democrats and Republicans, and they had this continuing resolution, and they were all ready to pass it. And then Elon and Vivek started tweeting like maniacs and tanked it. Now, by the way, the bill that they tanked had $190 million in it for cancer research for kids. The final version did not have that in it. So he got that killed. They got that killed. That's one of many things they got killed. But the main reason why Elon killed that bill is it cracked down on the ability to invest in China. And Elon has a lot of business with China. So he took one look at that and said, nuh-uh, that's going to hurt my bottom line. Tank the whole goddamn thing. This is who's making decisions about the future of the country. A robber baron oligarch who cares about nothing but his bottom line, his money, his power, his greed, his control. Why should we have a system where this guy's word is valued? This guy's word shouldn't be valued at all. He's a welfare queen, immigrant robber baron. I don't give a fuck what he has to say. Put it at the bottom of the list. I'd rather listen to some grandma in Tuscaloosa who has honest opinions on how to fix the country. Not this guy who doesn't give a shit about fixing the country. He cares about making more profit. They continue. He received significant pushback from his new friends on the right side of the political spectrum in the U.S., who see this visa as being used to steal jobs from Americans. Well, in this case, that is literally true. It's not just an accusation, is it? It is literally true. You had workers who could do the job. They were American workers. And you're saying, no, I'm going to lay them off because I want cheaper foreign workers. They'll work for less and work longer hours. It's not debatable. So then this is the Elon tweet that we just read in the previous segment, but the part everybody's focusing on is take a big step back and fuck yourself in the face. Because, a real serious, intelligent, leader of society, this is how they talk. This isn't his ketamine addiction frying his brain and making him sound like an idiot, is it? I will go to war on the issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend. Yeah, we know. We know you'll go to war to get cheap labor that you can exploit relentlessly. We know that. We're well aware. So the article continues here, but this is the goal. This is why he's taking the positions he's taken. Now, by the way, MAGA was thinking, well, hold on. We all love Trump. Trump's the head of our movement. Well, Trump will come in and take our side on this, right? He's not going to go with the asshole tech bros who just want more profit and that's all they care about, right? Well, look at this. Here is Trump's evolving position on the H1B visa. By the way, as he pretends like he's, my position has always been this. It's always been this. You decide for yourself. Here we go. Listen.
Nobody knows the system better than me. I know the H1B. I know the H2B. Nobody knows it better than me. I know the H1B very well, and it's something that I frankly use, and I shouldn't be allowed to use. We shouldn't have it. Very, very bad for workers.
We shouldn't have it, he said, 2016. Very bad for workers. We shouldn't have it. That's what he said.
We're finalizing H1B regulations so that no American worker is replaced ever again. H1Bs should be used for top, highly paid talent to create American jobs, not as inexpensive labor program to destroy American jobs.
Very clear. Against it.
Why did you change your mind on H1B visas, sir?
I didn't change my mind. I've always felt we have to have the most competent people in our country. We need competent people. We need smart people coming into our country. And we need a lot of people coming in. We're going to have jobs like we've never had before.
But sir, you said you changed.
So now he's for it. He was against it, and now he's for it. So MAGA, what's up? What's up, y'all? Because everybody had a lot of smoke for Elon Musk, to their credit, when he came out and took this position. But then Trump unequivocally backs Elon. He posted about it, or he was interviewed and he said very clearly that he's on Elon's side with this. Now what? Are you guys going to go after the king? Because I saw a lot of cope on the TL. I saw a lot of, I'm sure he'll find a compromise to make it work and stuff, bro. He won't. Now, by the way, I'll also show you this. I looked this up to make sure it was true, because you never know with memes, but I looked it up and it's true. Apparently, there are already ways to immigrate that are for like the best and the brightest. The EB1 and the 01 visas are for the best and the brightest. The HB1 is not. But the argument that they make to say, we need these HB1 visas, is they say, this is for the best and the brightest to come in this country and work. When again, the reality is, as we described, in the case of Tesla, literally just firing American workers so you can bring in cheaper labor, bring in immigrants, pay them less, and make them work longer hours. That's the point. It's got nothing to do with the best, nothing to do with the brightest, nothing, Americans can't actually do this job. Not true. They were literally doing it in the case of Tesla. They were literally doing it. He just wanted to nickel and dime American workers so he could put more money in his pocket. That's what happened. So absolutely disgusting, absolutely shameful. And there's nowhere for Musk to hide anymore, bro. There's nowhere for him to hide. Now everybody knows the reality of the situation. But what I want to say to MAGA too is, don't say the left didn't warn you. And it's not even just the left. Liberals warned you. Regular schmegular Democrats warned you. You have the richest man in the world who bought a presidential candidate, a political party, and an election, spending hundreds of millions of dollars. And you thought he was doing that because he has, a philosophical vision for the nation to improve everybody's life. He doesn't give a fuck about that. It's about power. It's about money. It's about greed. It's about control. It's about what everything else in his life has been about to this point. That's what it's about. Let's stop having peasant brain and serf brain and realize it's time to get money out of politics. It's time to make it so we don't have robber baron oligarchs rigging the system, which, by the way, is why we have the worst income and wealth inequality that we've ever had. While people at the bottom are suffering massively, regular people are paying a higher effective tax rate than the wealthy. The wealthy are paying a lower effective tax rate. Like, there's a reason why the system is all fucked up. And the answer is, it's because of people like Elon Musk. They are waging class war on you. They're waging class war on you. And it behooves you to not only notice it when immigrants are involved, right? This is the oldest trick in the book. Divide and conquer. Take different working class people, divide them, and make them fight each other as you run out the back door with all the money. But he's been doing this every step of the way. He's been doing it all along. And the only moment MAGA recognized it is when immigrants were involved. But this is always their plan. This is always their play. Don't tell me Trump or J.D. Vance or Elon, they're populist. My ass cheek. Why'd I say singular ass cheek? My ass cheeks, they're populist. They're not even close. J.D. Vance was asked a question by a reporter during the election about raising the minimum wage, and he dodged it. He dodged a question about raising the minimum wage. That's like bare minimum populist shit, and he couldn't even say yes to that. Also, by the way, they pretended like they were in favor of increasing the child tax credit. And then guess what? J.D. Vance literally didn't even show up for the vote in the Senate to raise the child tax credit, to re-up the child tax credit. J.D. Vance and Trump, they're not for the PRO Act. They're not for unions, right? There isn't any conceivable argument you can make about these people being populist, pro-worker, anti-establishment. Right now, we have the richest man in the world directly controlling our system and rubbing it in your face. And don't only recognize it when it comes to immigrants, because he does this across the board. You know what he wants? Lower taxes. You know what he wants? More corporate welfare. That's what he wants. You know what he wants? More contracts with the government. You know what he wants? To be the shadow president. That's what he wants. It was always about that. It will always be about that. Never in a million years is this guy going to come in there and create some semblance of a utopia. He's not going to do universal health care. He's not going to do higher wages. He's not going to do a 4-day work week. He's not going to get money out of the political system because he got all of his power by having money in the political system. You know what he's going to do? The thing he's most likely to do is what their ideological thought leader tells them to do. His name is Curtis Yarvin. Go read about what that guy believes in. They believe in what's called the Dark Enlightenment. And you know what that idea is? Democracy doesn't work. We're anti-democracy. But let's set up little corporate feudal systems where the U.S. is split up into a bunch of different portions, and one tech CEO runs one area and another tech CEO runs another area, and they have absolute power and control, like an emperor, dictator, overlord, god king, and then you live under them like a serf, like a peasant, with zero rights. Now you say, Kyle, you're strawmanning. The fuck I am. You go read it yourself and you tell me. Everybody will know I'm telling the truth. This is what they want, because all they care about is money and power and greed and control. And it's just very clear to MAGA on this issue in particular, because they're so anti-immigrant that when they see Elon Musk saying, I'll take immigrants over American workers any day of the week when it comes to my profit, it's a wake-up call for them. But you need to look beyond just this one issue, because it goes way, 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 way deeper than just this one issue. It crosses every single issue. This is where his politics come from. This is what he believes in. It was never about helping you. It was never about making America great. Ever. Not for a second. So there you have it. Utterly shameful, this man is.
Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.